morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Because I sure as hell ain't. I'm having a computer problem with my other main laptop right now this morning. So, I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. Thinking it's a keyboard issue, so I'm going to get that replaced when I can. It's about 19 after 3 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 27th of March, 2024. It's barely working, and so is my damn glasses. This is your zombie out here. We were John C. of Roseman, California, barely alive, barely awake, and emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived. Yeah, it's that kind of a day for it, isn't it? It feels like Sunday, but it doesn't feel like Sunday. It's only Wednesday? Good Lord. It's hump day, and my computer's having a conniption fit, as I said before. I woke up this morning, and I had a computer rewired or something like that. It seemed like something got jammed in there that made my fonts from lowercase to uppercase. I'm thinking I need a new keyboard, so I'm going to get replacements through the mail. I need one. Damn thing's not working right. I heard about the latest grifts that this grifter has done, and a shout out to Artist in Recovery. More on Daryl. I didn't want to touch this one. God, he's grifting so much these days. I'm staying the hell away from the damn hawker because I'm not giving that guy enough attention. But apparently he's a spoiled brat who wants everything the name of Donald Trump. I swear he never got attention when he was a young kid, so he had to create attention for himself. And everybody has to love him because he's Donald Trump. You know, it's the worst thing is when you're playing a card game, you're going to have to get rid of that name, Trump. What are you going to use? Especially when you're playing spades or something like that. How are you going to outclass and outmatch your opponent's card and the value of that card? You can't use the term Trump anymore because that'll mean something, won't it? You can't trump him. You can't outclass him, outmatch him. You can't beat him. You can't trump him. I make a joke about the damn thing, weak as it is, because I'm seeing this jokester here. He's making anything and everything at this point over here. It's razzle dazzle at this point over here. You know, it kind of reminds me of Stephen King's novel, which I hadn't read, but I'd seen the series about it back in the 90s, almost 2000s. Damn thing gave me a nightmare. Thanks a lot, Mr. King. The Stand. America gets nailed by some kind of biological agent over here, so people's populations were getting decimated, and you got this group out in Colorado who's protected somehow from this. And a lot of people are gathering in Las Vegas under this charismatic populist, whatever the hell his asshole is called. And he's warping people into their own mental state. Meanwhile, you got people who are going to be making a stand against this guy, trying to save as many souls as he can. And in the process, they start losing members left and right, one by one, until there's only the last two are captured. And at the end of the story, the lost souls were still worshiping this guy like crazy. He's going to set off a nuke. Their spiritual leader, the good guys, already died and in heaven. And then what do you got? A nuke that blows up Las Vegas. Somewhere in the grouping that had to leave Colorado and left for a different area, in order to beat this damn biological plague, had been born with an antibody that can be synthesized and sent to the world to save it. It's a good thing there. But part of it was just disturbing the crap out of me because these people are so damn hip and slick in the damn thing. They want to follow this lunatic anywhere and do whatever this guy says. Almost kind of reminded me of that story. I'm going to say again, the Buck Rogers television series lasted for two seasons, and you've got in the first season Jack Palance as a villain, two-parter. He played this charismatic psycho who wanted everything and anybody for himself. It's like Donald Trump. And everyone called him Khalil. And he kills people just by going over to them with the hands as they are glowing. Don't you see the hands glowing? I'm such a nice, popular guy. He touches his glowing hands on the people. And then the people died. And he's going, as people are going, Khalil, 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 Khalil. That's what happens when I've been watching television and reading books too much of my life. Too many damn connections I've seen on the theatrical versions of this stuff. So here's another grift out there. The way he's going to try to buy his way into heaven. I've always imagined there's a conversation here between him and St. Peter at the wall. And conversations like, well, I finally made it to the big time. Here's heaven. God's going to be willing to get me in there. Hi, here's St. Peter. Hey, let me in. I'm Donald Trump. Who the hell are you? I'm Donald Trump. Hold on. Donald John Trump. Come on, let me in there. God's expecting me. I got a deal for him. Hang on a second. Teams. TA. TB. C. This is going to take a while. Hey, I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. I don't see your name in here. What do you mean I'm not in here? I'm Donald Trump. I just keeled over just a short time ago. God's expecting me. I got a great deal for him. Let me in. You're not getting it. I don't see you in here. You're not on the guest list. What do you mean I'm not on the guest list? I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. No. You see, this is the book of life. And whatever the things we've done in our life are usually judged. I did a lot myself when I was in my youth and alive during those days. And because of some of the things I've done and some kind of reconciliations I had to do, I found most worthy to hold on to the book of life. Well, that's fine for you, but I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. I want to go into heaven. I got God a great deal here. You're not getting it. Just pay attention here. Throughout the eons and throughout the eternities, I have been the doorkeeper. I'm the gatekeeper. That's my job. I have to keep the riff draft out of here. Okay, fine, but I'm not. I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. What's taking so long? I mean, I'll need to talk to God about this one. Hey, is Jesus in there? I'll talk to him. I'll talk to anybody. Let me pass the game. You don't understand. Whatever you did in life that's worthy, your name will be inscribed in this book. Okay, fine. I did a lot of good down there. Let me in. I'm Donald Trump. You're not getting it. If you didn't do anything down there is worth notable, we're not letting you in. What are you talking about? I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. I won't talk to God about this one. I'm going to have you replaced. You're not good to me. I can't work with you. It's not you working with me or me working with you. The thing is, if you're not in the Bible, if you're not in the book of life, you're not going in. What do you mean I'm Donald Trump? You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. I'll make you a deal. You're not getting it. You're not getting in. That's the problem. Where's Jesus? I'll talk to Jesus. I'll talk to anybody. Get him over here. I'm getting in. And you're not. What do you mean I'm not? What do you mean I'm not? I'm Donald Trump. I did a lot of good down there. I got followers down there. I've got a lot of things on Earth. You're not getting it. You're not getting in. See that group of people? Go wait in line over there. No, I'm Donald Trump. I'm special. You know, every one of them actually said what they are and who they are. They said. But if their name's not in the Bible, actually, if your name's not in the book of life, we have an issue. Go right over here. Things get sorted out. No, I want in now. I'm going to push my way in. I can't. I can't push you. Why not? I'm Donald Trump. Let me in. No. We can do this alternative. But if you see there's a backup right behind you, I don't care about them. There are your so-called followers. Who cares about them? I'm getting in. Where's Jesus? I'll talk to Jesus about this one. He ain't talking to you. You're gonna do what? We are not letting you in. How dare you? Who do you think you're dealing with? I'm Donald Trump. Go in the line. This is ridiculous. I won't. I'll just stand here and block everybody. No, you won't. You're going to move. And who says I'm going to move? You're going to move. Right now. Now listen here, bub. That's John. I've got the gate for this eternity right now. And Peter's taking a break. He's trying to talk to the Almighty. I can talk to the Almighty. Yeah, but you're not getting in to talk to the Almighty. Well, not about it. You can't do this to me. I'm Donald J. Trump. I'm Donald Trump. You can't do this to me. Son, over here. My family. Your family's waiting for you. What is that? Who are they? I don't recognize them. That is your family over there. Why don't you go join your family? It's not a suggestion. You join your family. Go. You can't do this to me. Don't you know who you think I'm dealing with? What am I thinking? What am I'm being forced over here. What's going on? What's going on? Dead Grip, the Trump line here. What am I doing here? And the followers followed one by one. A bit of theatrical representation. In the story of Buck Rogers on the Planet of Slaveland, where he was dealing with Jack Palance, at the end of this two-parter, he's confronting him without a gun or anything else. So Buck Rogers is going to stand there, actually, then slowly walks towards Palance, and he's like, "Go away, go away," and his glow on his hands were diminishing. See, he's just a lunatic. And then the captives jumped on his ass. Barely remember that one, but yeah, that was a good story. I like that one. How has this got to deal with Trump and his grift? When he's going to tell people left and right that he's holy and he's everything else. Before he got in office, he was doing that, and when he got in office, he was also doing that. He goes out to a church close to the White House, shuts everything else down, pushes people out of the way, including protesters, just so he can get a photo op with a Bible upside down in his hand. It's not even his. Just a random Bible, and he's going to show people that he's all holy. He had press conferences. He had press photos. Evangelicals trying to bless and pray this guy. They're trying to show how attached to God he is, that he's with the Almighty. He's trying to sell the con job at this point over here that he is who he is. And wasn't Christ trying to warn us about these snakes? I'm not hip on the Bible verses. I'm not hip on it. I just know some of the information I've read in the Bible for a long while in my lifetime. I am not well versed. I wish I was. But then again, if you're fast talking, snake dealing schmuck, you would have to know every damn Bible verse to make your case. But for me, it was important enough to hold on to a few things because they mattered a great deal to me. When I was growing up as a kid, I had to go to church. And me personally, I wasn't comfortable. People know my story. I put it out there so many times. It's not even funny. I was a miracle kid when I was 4 years old. Open heart surgery, died 3 times, came back to life 3 times. Had a problem with God. Scared the hell out of me that the Almighty would just keep me on Earth instead of home. Not realizing with a child's understanding that he was saving my life for something special. I don't know what. I have no clue. People understand, maybe eventually they'll get the aha moment that they're supposed to be this way and start following that path. I don't know. Maybe my path is so occluded, it's not even funny. So, yeah, I probably upset and pissed off God many times. I'm not a perfect guy. There's no way in hell. I'm just one screwed up human being. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I deal with that. I accept that. And I'm not trying to put the chest out there and say, well, I'm this way, I'm that way. God loves me. Well, God may love me, but I'm not in the position of trying to love myself in that situation. I'm also trying not to be in a situation where I'm going to promote my own version of reality or religion down people's throats. I'm not. So, what I am is one human being struggling, basically. That's how it is in my life. I struggle. I try. I deal. I cope. I don't understand what the hell's going on half the time, but I'm not supposed to. And if I did, I'd be really in trouble, wouldn't I? I feel like Marvin Gaye when he was singing What's Going On. What's going on is me trying to figure out life on life's terms, and I just have to deal with life on life's terms because everything else is going hell in a handbasket. Yes, I hear people trying to grift their stuff and trying to say my name is this and my name is that. Okay, fine. You're going up to St. Peter or whoever's there's relief at the door. Maybe they don't get relief up in heaven. Maybe you're just permanently stashed over there and you just have to get used to it. But I don't know what my conversation is going to be with the doorman over there, the gatekeeper. Maybe not. I don't know. I was raised a Methodist, and on a Methodist viewpoint, but still looking at the Bible in one particular viewpoint or not. I try to understand the concept that Jesus is the Son of God. God loves us. There's a lot of things we had to go through life. Um, there was a lot of things in the Old Testament that, you know, and the man had to struggle with left and right. Different lessons learned, one way or another. And this poor schmuck was having a hard time trying to get connected with the Almighty. Despite the fact I probably got the Almighty probably scratching his head. How come he can get a connection with me if I'm so full of anger, hatred, fear, and everything else going on, but still struggling with my faith. Somewhere in the Bible, I think it was talking about doubting Thomas. I've heard about that floating around sometimes. Does he have the faith in God? Does he believe in God? Does he understand God? Does he understand the concept of God? The question should be about me too. Do I understand about God? Do I know God? I'd seen somebody upstairs kept telling me it wasn't my time to come back to Earth. So I did. And I was a kid with a hell of a disposition of not understanding why. Because I was a kid, I didn't have perspective and content. And sometimes I'm still that kid. I'm still that way. I try talking to God every day. Mostly I'm blubbering to him. Asking him to forgive me every time I keep going into a crying session. But, yeah, bug work continues. Some guys want to get out of my way, and others are going to drop right in. I have to deal with. But I don't try to con people. I don't want to con people. I'm not looking for the profit. I'm just saying what's on my mind right now. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. But sometimes it sounds like I am preaching to the crowd, or preaching to the choir, or even preaching to myself at this point over here. I want to understand God a little bit more. I wanted to understand Jesus a little bit more sometimes. But I'm not quite sure if they ever wanted to understand me. Maybe they know me more better than I know myself. I like the teachings of Gandhi. He's nothing Hindu, but he learned how to deal with Muslims and Hindu. Being part of India, who is hard pressed because of a long time ago he had different countries, including England, rule his country and take advantage of people left and right. And they were hard pressed because they were under subject of foreign invader. But after World War II, they fought the British by not fighting, won their independence, but then fought among themselves and had to split apart, create Pakistan and India. One country is Hindu, which was India at the time, and then there was Pakistan, which was Muslim. Different versions of worshiping God. I never could quite understand if you're that adept in religion, if you're that adept in scholar work, why do you use religion to hate people left and right? Because pride, ego, arrogance, I guess. Even I have to watch out for that damn thing. Doing these things, these videos. I'm wondering if I'm doing it for myself, or am I doing it for a message, or am I doing it for something else? I have to ask myself the questions. I have to keep myself honest. I have to keep myself open. When I was doing these channels, I was doing it for me. And sometimes I think I was doing it for a lark a long time ago, just to get something out and open, and maybe a message or two to somebody else. And then I started having more and more emotional issues right after Dave died back in 2018. I had to get something off my chest. I mean, it's bad enough I'm doing audio recordings left and right, but sometimes it just wasn't enough. I was felt like I was compelled to do the videos, so I did videos. I did videos. Sometimes funny videos, and other times not so much. And then I kept thinking, there had to be other reasons why to do these videos. Was there any other kind of reason or logic to it, the damn thing? Except for me to get my emotions out, my thoughts patterns out, Trying to tell a story. Okay, I'm a storyteller. I like telling stories. I like reading stories. I've read stories all my life. Watched stories all my life. I got enraptured with stories, different characterizations. Wanted to be a writer like all the other authors I read in my youth and in my young adulthood. I still admire to this day. Imperfect as they are, but the characters were talking about things I could relate with. And I felt like, well, I could be a storyteller. Like, I could tell stories. I mean, I may not write Hollywood scripts and making movies and stuff like that. I mean, I got stories that haven't even got published yet. I'm afraid that the feedback might be suck. Maybe that's the only thing that holds me back, or trying to get the process going. But here's the thing. When I'm doing this, when I'm talking about this thing, I'm trying to talk about it myself, but I'm wondering if I am embarrassing myself more and more. Talking about things like this and getting people listening to me? Why? Was there a story? Was there a message? Was there something that needed to be said? And do I need to take myself on that kind of a level? I mean, I've seen people go nuts. They get to self-importance. They get beyond the humility and get to beyond the humbleness. And I know that's ego at work. And I don't want to be the egomaniac. I don't want to be those popular or populist people out there who want, they crave, they need. I'm like, I originally didn't want all the damn followers and everybody else on my damn channel. But I wanted to get my stories out there. I wanted to get them out there so maybe one way I live forever. But if I wasn't glorifying God all the time, am I doing it for His glory or for mine? See, I have to question myself on some days. Other days I think I know what's going on and I'm just, okay, I'm just complying. We're just dealing with it. And then I see other things kind of remind me of my own damn ego, my face. And I need the mirrors sometimes to reflect upon what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm acting, what I'm basically showing to the world or showing to the afterlife. If I am such a quote unquote good person, I don't know how I qualified. But if I did, I think I'd be scared enough to meet God, or just, if I did, maybe I wouldn't look at him as a scary person, but just a father I'd like to run over to him and just cry on his chest. My pain that I'd gone through, my memories, the losses I've gone through, the transitions, misinformations, the misunderstandings. I wanted to just put it out there and tell him two words, I'm sorry. Or maybe a few more than that. I failed you. I feel like I failed him. I'm not asking anything. I'm not going to ask for anything from people unless I really, really, really seriously need it and have a desperate need for it. The rest of the time, I'm a prideful, arrogant person. Do things on my own. But sometimes I have to lower my own damn bar for myself. And these are the things I need to get over the hurdle with. I need to get past my own damn pride, my own damn arrogance, my own damn ego, my own megalomania. I have to be humble and humiliated. I mean, I have to be shown this all the time. What's important? What has to be important? Getting out of myself, getting out of the self and into the selfless. And 12-step programs, we talk about that. Getting out of your head. Getting into service of others. Okay, fine, I can do the service of others. I can do service of others. A lot younger, a lot healthier. I was doing that. Granted, I was in jobs doing service like crazy, customer service, and doing it for the money because we needed money for survival at that point. But I wasn't looking to grift people either. Not trying to con the con. No. I was going to do service. Let's do service. Let's do the work. Let's do the job. Some people say, well, what's in the reward? I'm like, I'm doing the job. I look at it as the job. I don't look at it as, what am I going to get out of this thing? No, I don't do that. It's, it's not me. It's not me. These days, it's still not me. I don't do that. If I can talk to people, okay, cool. If I can not talk at them, but talk to them, talk with them, better. If I don't push shit down people's throats, it's a lot better that way. If I can try to be of service, fine. But it's hard for me to ask for help because I am a pride, arrogant, vain, egotistical megalomania. I think I know better. And even God's got a problem with me because if I'm throwing up that kind of a barrier in front of him, how is he going to help me every time I keep crying for help and I don't need his help and I don't want his help and I need his help, but I'm not getting help because I'm that prideful, arrogant, and I have to keep reminding myself of this damn shit. I mean, who the hell am I? I'm just a, I'm a nobody. I'm among them walking nobodies out here. But the thing is, under God's eyes, I'm not a nobody. I'm somebody. And therefore, I feel my pride, my ego at this point over here. And that's the problem I've got with me right now with God. Where's the boundary? Where's the border? Where is the difference here? The gray area between how I can feel part of His realm, but puffing at the chest and saying I'm part of Him. I don't want that. Damn it! I've seen how my ego almost destroyed me a few times left in my life. Well, I'll take that back many times. I don't need that. I look at an example of the people that I admire the most, and even those people are probably feeling self-conscious. When I was watching the movie Gandhi, Ben Kingsley, a wonderful performer, loved his acting, still do, and his characterization, his personification of Gandhi, of his struggles as he is to where he was in his adulthood. That was inspiration to me. That was inspiration right there. As if maybe a piece of God was still there in him. Maybe a piece of Jesus was emanating. I'd heard so many things at the end of the film that he was telling his people who are going off crazy on each other. And he was sick and tired of it, and he was yelling at them to stop the shit. He's everybody. Like everybody else is a part of everything and everybody. I was telling him, for goodness sake, stop this. I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Hindu. I'm paraphrasing. And so are all you. I heard that. I'm like, whoa. Whoa. Christ was a Jew. His family was Jewish. Of the faith. He grew up and was taught in the synagogues. They already knew he had an innate nature with God. And throughout his life, his youth, he was also helped teaching the elders, the Pharisees, of what God was, what the Old Testament was, what the Scriptures were. Everything that made them who they are. He was questioning, challenging their interpretation left and right of who and what they are. And I probably need something like that too. Because I also need to know where the hell I'm coming from. I also need to know sometimes how just to let go and just say, okay, God, it's in your hands, not mine. I know I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. It's in your hands. Let me roll with it. Some days are good, and other days are not so good. But I have to be reminded who's in charge. And sometimes I'm not. And other times I'm really not. So, as for Trump and his grifting, he's going to have to deal with whoever's got the gate duty. He can sell whatever kind of crap he's got down here. And that's all he's got is the crap down here. But in the end, you got to talk to the gatekeeper in this one. You got to talk to the gate, and you got to be right. You got to be right within yourself, but you got to be right with heaven. Because if you're not getting past that gate, you move to the side. Somewhere in the Bible, there was talking about, I think in the New Testament, about sheep and goats being separated. Sometimes I consider myself the black sheep. But even black sheep's got to follow the shepherd. They may be marked different, but they still got to follow the guy with the cane. He's got to follow and listen to the commands of the guy with the stick. I still have to work on that myself. And that's all I got to say on that particular topic there.